What's going on, y'all? It's your boy. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Hey, King Kong, Godzilla. Ring any bells? I'm sure they do. I'm a King Kong fan myself, but my son got me liking Godzilla too, as you can see. Now today what I want to do is dive into the colossal clash of these two legendary creatures. But before we jump into this epic showdown, we need to get to know these giants a little bit better. Now I know you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with crypto? Be patient, y'all. I'm going to lay the foundation. First up, let's talk about King Kong. He's not just a giant ape. He's a misunderstood force of nature that was taken from Skull Island. Towering over landscapes, Kong is powerful, and his story unfolds with layers of strength and complexity. It goes deep, literally. Now let's turn our gaze to Godzilla. Rising from the depths of the ocean, Godzilla is a legendary kaiju, a true force of nature. With the power to bring both destruction and protection, Godzilla's journey is one of change and upheaval. Now I like to come in and disrupt some things sometimes. I mean, sometimes you gotta test some things down and build it back up. My opinion, just saying. Now as we get to know these colossal characters, we're about to uncover something fascinating. What I'm going to attempt to do is draw parallels between Kong and the concept of big government, and Godzilla with the world of decentralization. It's an epic clash that mirrors the dynamics in our current society. Now, politics is never my focus on this channel. It's actually comical to me the way these adults behave. However, it's something that we can talk about, or we need to talk about, when it affects crypto or just when it affects our life living in general. So let's talk about it. We back. Now let's get right into it. Now enter King Kong, a symbol of big government with its career politicians. With strength and dominance and experience, King Kong reflects the traditional role of government to date, safeguarding the citizens and maintaining order. On the other side, we have Godzilla, embodying the force for change, coming through like Denzel in Training Day.
I'm the man up in this piece. King Kong ain't got.
Y'all remember that? Godzilla represents the urgency to adapt to new challenges and embrace technological advancements, much like the transformative power of blockchain and decentralization. Now, if you're a Godzilla fan, then you'll understand. If you know, you know. But if you don't, then with any movie or with anything, you need to make sure you go watch previous and get you some background knowledge, right?
My God, Zilla.
I just want to make sure I say that my goal is not to demonize either system, but to explore how they can interact constructively for the benefit of us, for society in general. Now let's shift the storyline a little bit to a world where big government and decentralization face a common threat, a broken financial system. And it's not just a movie plot, y'all. We've seen it play out in real life. I'm talking about the 2008 financial crisis, where millions of people lost their homes, economies crumbled, and trust in institutions eroded. And if we fast forward to COVID-19, the pandemic, another global shock that exposed cracks in our systems, and we are still recovering from it right now. I want to zoom in on big government a little bit. Now, in our analogy, big government, like King Kong, can sometimes overstep its boundaries to protect. Or is it really protection? Let's talk about a real world issue like Social Security overpayments. It highlights the challenges faced by vulnerable individuals. The government is reclaiming billions from the nation's poorest. That raises questions about the system's fairness and its impact on those struggling to make ends meet. And I got that from an article on ABC News. It literally says, Social Security is overpaying billions to people and then demanding the money back. Imagine if you get a letter from the Social Security Administration saying, we have overpaid you and we want everything back within 30 days. Crazy, right?
Today's terrorists have a new way to get around the Bank Secrecy Act: cryptocurrency.
Crypto regulation in the U.S. is at a critical juncture.
If I was the government, I'd close it down.
We need clarity on regulation.
Instead, 2023 is marked by a regulatory crackdown on crypto companies that's been a dark cloud over the industry. To truly move forward, they need the regulatory clarity from Washington. There's also movement in the Senate, where Senator Elizabeth Warren is pushing forward with a bill meant to crack down on crypto crime. That bill has gotten pushback from the industry, but is also gaining co-sponsors. The industry does believe that there should be more ways to fend off bad actors, though.
What we've been saying for so long now that regulation in the United States is critical to keep companies here. You know, we hear from companies with some regularity that it doesn't make sense for them to serve U.S. customers or to operate here in the United States.
In 2023, big brands like Coinbase and Ripple threatened to leave the U.S. if legislators and regulators failed to bring clarity. So far, that hasn't happened, but more companies could shift priorities to expand overseas.
Heavy regulation and excessive intervention can choke economic growth and innovation. Decisions influenced more by corporate interests rather than the well-being of citizens. Do y'all agree? But let me just say, I think it's important to acknowledge that government does play a crucial role in maintaining order, providing essential services, and protecting vulnerable populations. And finding the right balance between innovation and regulatory oversight is key to ensure a safe and thriving financial landscape. Let's move on back to Godzilla. As Godzilla and Kong clashed initially, it mirrors political tensions right now. There's a fight between government, regulation, control, and the emerging force of decentralization. King Kong and Godzilla work together in the new empire against their threat to life. And just like the new movie where they teamed up against the bigger threat, our real world broken financial system is the bigger threat. Maybe collaboration is the answer. Maybe bipartisan efforts is what we need, folks, to address the challenges and rebuild the world's financial landscape. And blockchain could offer a neutral platform for collaboration between government and decentralized systems, improving efficiency and transparency. Smart contracts can be used to keep everyone in check. Picture everyone playing by the same rules, enforced by the system itself. No more loopholes or bending rules. Now let me just say this real quick. When I speak specifically for the United States, because that's where I live. That's where my experience is. If you live in another country, eat the meat and throw out the fat. What does that mean? That means if you had a big, juicy piece of steak on your plate and you couldn't finish it, or it had fat that you had to cut out, you eat what you can. You take what applies to you and you use it to benefit you. You can eat and digest. Not everything that I say is going to reflect your country or your situation. But the story reflects a transformative journey where Godzilla and Kong recognize the need for change. And just like in the movie, we need that change in the real world too. And I think that's where blockchain and cryptocurrency come in. Think of them as Godzilla, ready to shake things up in a good way. Imagine a transparent financial system where transactions are public and traceable, reducing the chances of manipulation and overreach. Smart contracts automate agreements securely, reducing reliance on the middleman. Picture everyone anywhere having access to secure, borderless financial services, to even the unbanked or those in remote areas, fostering financial education and inclusion. That's the potential of this technology. Of course, like Godzilla, it demands caution and responsible use. But hey, fight for a better financial future is on, and blockchain might just be the weapon that we need. So my people, as we enjoy the epic battles of the new empire,
welcome to my world.
Let's also reflect on the parallels in our world. Can big government strike the right balance, avoiding overreach and embracing technology to mend our broken financial system? But my thoughts are, it can only happen if we get the right people in there. If we get people who are open to growth and change and not stuck in an old system and not stuck in their old ways. That's just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Go ahead and share your thoughts in the comments below. Listen, if you found this insightful in any way, don't forget to smash that like button. Share this with somebody who you think knows, who needs to hear this. It's your boy. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Appreciate y'all. 3 types of people in this world. Those who watch things happen, those who say what happened, and those who make things happen. I switched it up a little bit. We always make it happen. It's your boy. Catch y'all on the next one.